don't rain on my parade. Don't tell me not to live, I simply got to. If someone takes a spill, it's me and not you. Who told you you're allowed to rain on my parade? I'll march my band out. I'll march my band out. I'll beat my drum. And if I'm bad out, your turn at bat, sir. At least I didn't fake it, hat, sir. I guess I didn't make it. Get ready for me, love, 'cause I'm a coming. And I could do even a little sound check. I need more Rob Lewis out in the house. Just a little more. Just a little more. How's everybody doing? I got things here. I got stools. I got glasses, hats. Not necessarily props, but things. Because I even have 2 mics tonight. I'm sort of not fucking around anymore, people. I'm sort of kind of not winging it anymore. Are you having a good time though on this cruise? I mean, thanks to the new kids and their fans, cruises are cool again. Everybody's doing them now. Once again, we create another phenomenon. Rock Nation, and but you know, for years, the cruise wasn't exactly the place you go to for live entertainment. You're on a cruise ship. It's you know, some of them are along the lines of, you know, a school play kind of. And I've been seeing a lot of school plays, preschool plays even. Yes, Zito, give me more and thank you. Yeah, my son Griffin, 4.5 years old. He's already in a young drama program. Actually, it's my house. No. No, it's actually a young drama program, and they just did a 15-minute version of Hairspray. It's adorable, right? I know, but you know how it is. It's like the dance recitals, you know. Good morning, Baltimore. Mommy! Hi, Mommy! Mommy! They're like kittens, you know. They're like kittens. They can't. They're too young to perform, but we love it. We all love it because they're cute. But my son. Yes, he's focused. Now, I know what you're gonna say. I mean, he's mine. I think he's special. Yes and yes. But I mean, this kid just... Good morning, Baltimore. Every day is an open door. Every night is a fantasy. Every sound like a symphony. He knows every word. Every word. Forget about Hairspray, he could do a New Kids concert for you. But, so, the last song in the show, the 2 teachers asked the kids to, on a piece of cardboard, write what they like most about themselves. And one by one, the kids turn over the cardboards, and there's a heart drawn there. And in the heart, it says, my ears, my hair, my nose, my eyes, my elbows, my feet. And then it gets to Griffin, and he turns his over, and it says, my style. I want to be Griffin when I grow up. But this is not a school play. This is my show. This is my show. And for years, I've been getting up on pretty much any stage that would have me to sing a song. Because I love to sing a song. There's nothing like it. Getting up here, you learn something every time, and it's thrilling. But it can be scary. It can be scary. And because you got to be willing to fail if you want to go places you haven't been. And I might fall on my ass tonight. And if nothing more, you get to see me fall on my ass. You know? Last night, it's a little bit different. Like last year, we did this cruise and it was amazing, and it's always amazing with Mr. Rob Lewis. And, but, you know, this time, there's a little bit more, you know, going on here. We got some things. So, in that spirit, I like I said, if you don't mind, I might fail. So, but it's fun. It's fun. The thing is that, you know, personally, I have enough neuroses to fill a couple of hefty caseloads. Yeah, definitely. I got issues, but one of them I'm lucky because one of them is not stage fright, and I thank my parents for that. My mother was an actress at the Footlight Club, the oldest community theater in America. And my dad loves to sing. And in Boston, singing gets you beer and camaraderie and boats. And so, and this is one of them. I don't know what you guys, it's the precursor to the WAP, I think, except, so, you know, it wasn't nearly as scary as it should have been when I first went on stage. And it wasn't with the New Kids. It was at an outside show being put on by the Neighborhood Children's Theater in Boston, in the back of a church parking lot, on the back of a rusted red flatbed truck in the humid summer of 1979. See, I never had to ask what I wanted to be when I grew up. At 6 years old, I was already there. I'd do anything for you, dear. Anything for you. Mean everything to me. Was I good? Let's just say I wasn't ready for Star Search. But I loved it. I loved it. And to make it even safer up there, I got to sing a song with my sister Carol. The McIntyres, age 6 and 16, playing the Streetwise Nancy and the Orphan Oliver from Oliver. I know that I go anywhere for your smile, anywhere for your smile, everywhere I see. And I meant it. See, it's true. I mean, I wasn't exactly sure of it at the time, but this was my family's way of saying I love you. And I would have done anything for my sister Carol that day. Sort of. Maybe. Would you climb a hill? Anything. Catch a daffodil? Anything. Give me all your will. Anything. Even bite my bill. What? Fisticuffs. I'd risk everything for one kiss. Anything. Oh, I'd do anything. Anything for you. Wow. Tambourines? That's a new one. And I would have done anything to keep performing. This is when it becomes a workshop. Because I go to the script, and you feel a part of the show because of this. It's really a trick. I swore I knew what was coming next. I really did. Wait a second. I got it.
Take it off.
I knew I was right. Oliver, the role I was playing, his role model was the Artful Dodger, and so was mine, but I called him Dad. Tom McIntyre is the ultimate charmer. Many of you met him already. And he comes from a long line of Boston charmers and a long line of Boston bricklayers. And when my dad was 18, he got his first job as a bricklayer, and he got it from his Uncle Dick. His Uncle Dick gave him a job, and well, it was back paging a wall. And back paging a wall is taking a kind of mortar and putting it on the back of a brick wall to fortify it and make it aesthetically pleasing. So my dad goes to work, and about 15 minutes later, my Uncle Dick comes back. And my dad had done it all wrong. He used the wrong mortar, it wasn't fortified, it certainly wasn't aesthetically pleasing, and Uncle Dick just lost it. Gee! What the? Gee! For Christ's sake! What? Tell me what you get! Gee! Yes! Uncle Dick had a temper. All McIntyres have tempers. But he didn't get mad for nothing. You know, these guys were top-notch bricklayers. They're top-notch bricklayers. They take pride in their craft. They do anything to get the... We started to hope, which made it all the more depressing. 1967. Brutal. 1975. Why? 86. You fucking shit me, right? 2003. Fetal position. But then, the song saved the day again. That's right, our boys, our hometown boys, the Dropkick Murphys, re-recorded that song. They re-recorded that song, and ladies and gentlemen, the curse was kaput. Why am I talking so much about baseball? I'm not. I'm talking to you about Boston. See, Boston is a town that keeps you grounded. It keeps you real. For instance, good example. It's the summer of 1994. The group had just disbanded. We disbanded. And, you know, I'm driving around Boston in my convertible Mercedes-Benz, slightly full of myself. And there's traffic. There's traffic that day because the streets of Boston were mapped out by cows in the 18th century. And so there's traffic. So I'm getting a little annoyed. Like I said, I got issues. This is one of them. I was angry. I was pissed at the idiot who started the traffic jam and pissed at the idiot who wouldn't go around him. So, I'm sitting there at the intersection, huffing and puffing, beeping my horn, and along comes this guy walking down the sidewalk, total stranger, and without breaking his stride, he turns to me and says, "Relax, Joey McIntyre." That's Boston. Be honest. And all our hometowns make us feel that way. For me, Boston is the nails, the bricks, the bats, and the sun. And even though I don't live there anymore, it'll always be my home. I should have never left you. Why, I will never know. Palm trees can hold a candle to your autumn leaves that fall upon the sultry shore. Fenway on opening days of balmy 42 degrees to be in your arms. It warms me. Beantown, you are the only, only, only. Boston, I love you so. Thank you very much. So, woo! Tambourines, huh? Thank you. Take it you lost your voices in the last couple days. Ring twice. So, I did, this thing is not loving me tonight.
I love you!
Did you hear that, Mike? Thank you. I did a couple of productions of Oliver, and I did, Music Man, George M. I'm having a fine preview best in life for myself. And then the phone rings. Got my phone. The phone at the Boston Public Agassiz School in Jamaica Plain. Someone was looking for little white kids who could sing and dance. The catch was they were calling from Dorchester, which for me sounded like Beirut. So I kindly declined, and I went back to the Sound of Music. So, a deer, a female deer, rain, a drop of golden sun. I was happy. But they called back again, and this time we found out it was the same people who started New Edition. For real? For real, for real? Those are my dudes. Those are my dudes. I wore out those albums. I wore out the New Edition albums. Doing it now. So this time I said yes, and a couple weeks later I'm in the attic of a 3-story dilapidated brick building in Roxbury, Massachusetts, meeting a guy named Maurice Starr. A bear of a man. And though he did not dress like a gentleman, he was one. And he asked me to sing a song, and I sang a song that I had sung probably 1,000 times with my dad in the car. It's a Nat King Cole song, so can't go wrong with old Nat. Let's see how it goes. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the run I see. V That's right. And so he must have liked it, because a week later I'm in the studio making a real record like Cooler Now. And to say I was thrust into this group would be putting it lightly. I was 12 going on 8. And these guys were like cheetahs on the Serengeti trying to snare any female in their vicinity. And I was like a little baby pelican getting trampled in the stampede. Make no mistake, the first couple of years were rough growing for that little baby pelican. But boys will be boys, and regardless, we had a lot of fun back in those days, making that first album. And I particularly love going to the studio because, I mean, nowadays a studio can be a laptop in a closet. I mean, with the technology. But back then, you know, even a decent studio was like, it was dark and plush, and you know what was cooler than making records. And give me a little. Oh, this one, thanks. And and there's no way around that without feeling like that. So we had fun. The album was exciting to have your first album, and you know, there's no bigger proof than the back of that first album. You know, we're all so overjoyed, particularly me. And the braces just put it over the top, too. Yes, the braces. The whole package. It was amazing how that album did not sell 1 million copies just for the cover alone. Donnie's still trying to find that shirt to burn it, actually. And I think that's the last time. Was Danny wearing the pink one, or was that Jordan? I don't know. It was classic. So we had a good time. We had a good time making that record, and but it flopped. Crickets. And but the second album was different. From the get-go, we were all hanging out more. We were a close-knit group. We learned from the first album, and we had that experience. And I remember recording one song in particular off that song, and I went down over a couple of Saturdays. I took the train down to Mission Control Studios in Copley Place, Copley Square, and it was great. And Maurice wrote that song when he was 13. I recorded it when I was 14, and it almost wasn't a hit when I was 15 because CBS Records didn't know that in the middle of their black music department there was volumes and volumes of Big Bopper magazines and TV covers. They just didn't know it. There was a marketing snafu there. It just didn't click yet, and it went to 55 on the black music charts, but it stalled. And you know, we put our heart and soul into that album, and just like that, it was over. Until one day, a prince of a man from Tampa, Florida, a DJ at Q105, I believe his name is Randy Cambridge. He gave a spin, one random spin, and just like that, it was the end of the end and the beginning of everything. so many things have to come together to make a phenomenon like the New Kids happen. And this song was one of them. Jordan Knight was in the group. And he's fucking amazing. No, what I was getting at before I turned it into a joke was that, no, I'm really proud of being able to, you know, sing that song throughout all the years and have that, yes, for myself, but for the group, and feel like you're contributing, and to be able to sing that song 25 years later and it feel better than ever is amazing, and so just thank you for being a part of that.
Michael Skinner!
Going back to Mike too. So the New Kids happened in a big way. Zito, give me a little bit more, because what was I doing last night? Yeah, did a show, then was taking my clothes off and screaming at the top of my lungs, so I think I need to hear myself a little bit more on this one, but I know it feeds back a little bit more. So the New Kids happened, and it happened in a big way, and it was amazing. It was more than amazing. But you know, then we disbanded. We didn't break up. We disbanded. It was, I was talking about it a lot in some interviews lately, but, you know, it costs. I mean, I realized that, you know, at 15, my teenage years, like 95% of all people in high school would trade places with me. I get that. Everybody kind of feels like high school was the worst time of their lives because just the list goes on. You know, you're making all your mistakes, you're getting embarrassed, it's tough, even for the best case scenario. But yes, I didn't have that, but that's kind of, you know, if you don't go through that, if you don't go through those life lessons, I feel like you have to make up for that, you know, in some way in your life. And it's sort of like a relationship. They say, like, if the relationship's 5 years long and you break up, it takes half that long. It takes 2.5 years to get over. So, you know, theoretically, we were together for 10 years. It took about 5 good years of solid drinking. No, it took some years to kind of figure all that out. And because I didn't go out with my boys, I didn't hang out. And so at 21, you know, I'm going out, hanging out, going out with my boys, and I'd go into a bar or a club, and, you know, it was... Oh my fucking God. Are you Joey McIntyre? Trisha, it's fucking Joey McIntyre. Yes, you are. Yeah, no, you're not. Yes, you are. And, so that's always fun. Good way to start off the night. What's your name? Full name, Tara? Tara 7. Okay. Picture this. You come into a club, you're hanging out with your girls, ready to go for the night. You walk in the door. Oh my fucking God! It's Tara 7! It's fucking Tara 7! It's a thing you gotta get used to. So, but what would I do? You know, you take the edge off. You have a couple of drinks. Take the edge off. Tell a few jokes. Become the life of the party. Maybe you're dancing on the bar in an hour or two. Maybe you're going home with Tara 7. Which happens. Enough. And as beautiful and sweet as Tara 7 is, you know, that whole lifestyle can get old. You know, you're going out, and I was hitting it hard. 6 days a week for a while. I don't know if we took Monday off or Tuesday off because it was Monday Night Football. It was very scientific. I mean, we didn't fuck around. And, you know, those nights where it's bad and you go through those times and, you know, you're getting not dropped off by your boys, you're getting literally dumped off by your boys. And the front lawn became my friend. And I would just, I'm fine. I'm fine, right here. And your friends would try to get you up and you go like, fuck you! I'm fucking staying right here. Fuck you, no I'm not. You'd be like, dude, get the fuck up in the house. You'd be like, no! Fucking stay right here. Fucking right here. Fucking love it. The last place you wanted to go was your bed. The last place. And this is just fucking great. Until about 3:30 in the morning. And all of a sudden,
the sprinklers came on.
That's a wake-up call, people. That is a wake-up call. So after about 3 or 4 times getting woken up by the sprinklers, I felt it was time to get back to work, whatever that was. And but what that was for me was music and creating. And so slowly but surely I got back into it. And it's what I do and what I love. But like I said, it took me a while. And then, of course, you make a record and you try to go up to record companies and say, you know, I want to do this. And they're not really that interested. They're really interested in what Donnie's doing. Or who Jordan's right. They want to know about the guys a lot, but not so much about the music. And, you know, that was part of the residue, if you will, from being a teen idol. And a lot of it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough, teen idol thing, man. So I took my lumps, and that album, my first solo album, kind of sat on the shelf. It wasn't woo yet. Nope, weren't there yet. Nope, it was. And it sat on the shelf for a while. It sat on the shelf, and until I remember. You know, you have those moments in your life you know where you were when you made a decision. And I was at a coffee shop in Jamaica Plain, and I was just sitting there, and I said, you know what? All right, I know it's hard, I know it's tough. You know, the poor means, I get it. I'm entitled to that, but like, it's a gift. You know, what I do, what anybody does, is a gift, and I feel like it's my duty to share that gift. And whether 2 people hear it, or 20 people hear it, or 200, or 2 million. You know, that's I had to share it, and so, but I kept it simple, and I said, you know what, I love to perform. I know that much. You know, I love to be on stage, so I'm gonna book a few shows, and I said, well, I want them to hear the music and know the music when they're there, so I'm gonna put out the CD myself, so the people that are coming are gonna hear it. And one thing led to another, and I just wanted to, you know, kind of publicize the shows, so I went to Kiss 108 in Boston. And our friend David Corey there, Kid David, he, you know, I played him the song, and he loved it, and, you know, he gave it a spin, and it was, you know, #1 request, and it ended up being a top 10 record on the Billboard chart. And, you know, quite fittingly, it was very autobiographical of the story I just told. You know, it's about believing in yourself, no matter what, you know, you dealt with. Sometimes it's in our head, but sometimes it's what's coming at us, and it means a lot to me, and it means a lot to me that it means a lot to you too. So.
Someone else, you were meant to be the way you are, exactly yourself. You're better off by far, and I hope you always stay the same. 'Cause there's nothing about you I would change. Believe in yourself, reach down inside. The love and power will set you free. Set you free. Don't you ever wish you were someone else. You were meant to be the way you are exactly. And don't you ever say you don't like the way you are. When you learn to love yourself, you're better off by far. And I hope you always stay the same. 'Cause there's nothing about you I would change. No, there's nothing about you I would change.
Thank you. Once again, Rob Lewis, everybody. Yeah.
I love you, Casey.
So I talked about my dad earlier, and Dave Brown special. If you don't know, you will someday. But I haven't talked about my mom, and if you asked her, she'd tell you, he got the talent from me and the bad teeth from his father. Remember the braces. And she's quite a lady. She's an actress almost all the time, and she loved the theater, and she always wears these comedy and tragedy masks that symbolize the theater, and they symbolize her as well. If you happen to bump into her on the street, first of all, you'd have to be walking, because she never drove a day in her life, and she would tell you 8 different stories in 2 minutes. You'd be laughing at the first one as she was finishing another one. She's a very funny lady, and there's plenty of drama as well. There's drama at 20 Orchard Street, and it's more suited for a movie of the week than this show. But we weren't. My house was not 8 is enough. No, it wasn't 8 is enough. It wasn't the Waltons. It definitely wasn't the Brady Bunch, because they were living in thin. And she ran a tight ship, and that's putting it nicely. But God bless her. I mean, can you imagine 9 kids? 9 kids. 9 lunches, 9 dinners, 9 loads of laundry. 9. I can't even imagine. And my mother and father only got along on the dance floor and in bed. Man, they could dance. And man, they could make babies, yes. And that would have been more disgusting now, but it shows my age that it's, anyways, didn't even think about. But she was quite a lady, and I say that because she, her work is done, and now I think, and it took Alzheimer's to slow her down, and And I remember her when the disease started creeping into her mind. She got scared, you know. She got very scared. And I remember her saying to me that she said, she had an amazing mind. I mean, she was right. We did get the talent from her and the bad teeth from my father, but she said, me and the night don't get along. And she reached out to a man who very often she despised, but was the only man she ever loved, and that was my dad. And she said, Tom, I need you more now than I ever had. And he was there. He was there for her. He is there for her in a way that he was never able to be there for her in the past. So, it's not who she says, it's just the world so mean. It's just a red flag, I say, gotta look for the green. Oh, something's breaking my baby's heart. Something's breaking my baby's heart. Something's breaking my baby's heart. Oh, just wanna see her smile. It's such a drag, she says, when the world's so mean. It's just a red flag, I say, gotta look for the green. Oh, something's breaking my baby's heart. Something's breaking my baby's heart. Something's breaking my baby's heart. Oh, just wanna see her smile. Cynical town can be tough on an angel. Clip her wings, baby, 1, 2, 3. I'm a cow, 'cause I'm
So that song was from a show I did off Broadway called Tick Tick Boom. And it was an amazing time doing that show. It's written by Jonathan Larson, who wrote Rent. And I think any song is a great song that works not only in that show but outside the show. And just felt that felt right. And I did. So I'd done a lot of great stuff. I mean, I did, off Broadway and Wicked on Broadway. Did a couple of TV shows, a couple of movies, a bunch of records. So I've had, an amazing solo career. And I'm not, I wasn't playing Giant Stadium anymore at the time, but that's fine because, I'm challenged and I have my ups and downs, no question, but I'm having a great career and I'm proud of the work I do. And then all that talk about a New Kids reunion gets real. And we're hearing it for 10 years, but it got real because the 5 of us got together and did it the way we wanted to do it. We wanted to do it in a meaningful way, not for some, one-off award show or some network producer's ratings, bonanza or whatever. We a lot of people underestimated what we had back in the day, but we didn't underestimate it, and you obviously didn't underestimate it either. And I remember that first time we got back together in a rehearsal studio, and after 15 years doing that first run through of new choreography, I got chills on my arm. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I mean, is this really happening? Friday afternoon in Boston, trying to find a rehearsal spot for the reunion of the kids on the block, and gonna rip it like we used to do. Good to be back chilling with the crew, and don't know how it's gonna be, but last time I made history, so tell your mama and your sister too that new kids are coming back for you. And in my heart I knew you never forget, but to see you again like this makes me feel like I'll never be alone. Oh, whatever it is I'm going to, whatever I am is because of you. And I thank you, and I thank you. My brothers and a million sisters didn't know how much I miss you. Thank you, and I thank you. All the way back and all the way up tonight. Call it what you want, but I couldn't love tonight. So people say we couldn't do it again, but
New kids have the last word at the end.
see what happens when you follow your dreams, yeah. See what happens when you just believe, yeah. The whole world opens up her arms. Everything is easy that used to be hard. So tell your mama that I love her too, and don't you know never forget. But to see you again like this makes me feel like I'll never be alone. Oh, whatever it is I'm going to, whatever I am is because of you. And I thank you, and I thank you. My brothers and a million sisters didn't know how much I missed you. Thank you, and I thank you. 'Cause you fill me up, you make me high. When I feel your love, I wanna fly, I wanna fly.
And now back to our regularly scheduled program. Joey's got issues. The great thing. The great thing about getting back together was it was like going back in time. The problem was it was like going back in time. I found myself at times acting like a frustrated teenager, and you know, it was like a high school reunion. You know, the minute you walk through that door, you transform into that goth, that jock, that nerd you were in high school. It's physics. It just happens. So it happened to me. You know, I was still myself, but I was acting like myself when I was 15. I was interacting with the guys, and I just, you know, it wasn't all bad, but I kind of, you know, I was back in the ring with the boys, you know, and I resharpened one of my greatest defenses. Sarcasm. They call me Joey Sarcazzo, which in Latin means to tear flesh. Yeah, it was, you know, it was kind of ugly for a little while. I mean, it was beautiful, but don't get me wrong, it was all what it seemed, but on the inside, you know how it is. I mean, this thing inside your head, whatever. And so, you know, but it was a lot. It was a lot for me, and after a couple of years, you know, I was kind of done. You know, after that summer tour, don't get crazy. All right, I know how you guys are, but it's. After that, you know, full service summer tour, I was done. You know, I was done. And you know, because I started resenting the other guys for crazy issues and not caring enough, caring too much, all this stuff, and I was pointing the finger. You know, I was pointing the finger, and it wasn't them. It's like that saying, if you bump into 3 assholes in one day, you're the asshole. Say hello to the asshole. So it was bad, but I was done. You know, I was done, and some of that was because I had that independent, you know, spirit, and I wanted to, you know, do some things I wanted to do and do it my way. But you know, it was mostly because of those issues I was talking about. And but instead of walking away, I focused on me. And lately I go on for the, you know, these long runs, and when I run, I get clear. I get clear, and I feel very self-sufficient. All my codependencies start to fade away, and I'm enough. And so I've got to be honest, and I've got to be all in, or else I'm not doing what's best for us. There are many, many crazy things that keep me loving you. And with your permission, may I list a few. The way you wear your hat, the way you sip your tea, the memory of our past. No, they can't take that away from me. The way you smile just oh, they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away.
Won't take that away. I can't take that away.
I am truly grateful that this reunion lasted long enough for me to shore up some of the most important relationships in my life. And because, you know, well, things are good now. Things are good. Things are genuinely good. I mean, I'm no saint, believe me. I can still tear flesh with the best of them, but things are good, and because I have changed, and I've, you know, I could say I realized, but it's more I've made the decision that the most important thing about this group is not the shows. It's not the shows, it's not the music, and it definitely ain't the money. It's
We love you, Joe!
what's most important is the love I have for these other guys, for these 4 guys. And I better fucking mean it, because they can throw this shit right in my face. And that's why I'm up here, because this stage right here keeps me honest. And you know, all these people up here with me tonight, everybody I've talked about, you know, they don't keep me from being who I am. They're part of who I am. And so are all of you. I'd do anything for you, dear. Anything for you, me. Everything to me. I know that I'd go anywhere for your smile. Anywhere for your smile. Everywhere I see. Oh, let the clouds of gray come along. Never mind your fate, come along. Surely they won't stay very long. If you'll only say you're mine alone. I'd risk everything for one kiss.